What is up, my dude and dudettes, and welcome back to TellerTube. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the subreddit r/choosingbeggars. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date with my latest videos. And with that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. How my choosing beggar sister almost ended up homeless. My sister, who I'll refer to as Bad Crap Crazy Sister, and I grew up in a very small town in the rural south. Both our parents were absolute train wrecks. One could say our childhood was less idyllic. I graduated from high school and immediately joined the army. After serving 4 years, I was honorably discharged. I used the GI Bill Service Member Education Benefit to attend college, where I earned a degree in engineering, where I met and married my wife. Crazy Sister dropped out of school in her senior year and got married and had a child. Over the next several years, she had 2 more children in separate attempts to keep her drug-addled husband. This story begins shortly after I finished college. After being away for nearly a decade, I took a job near my hometown where we bought our first house and settled down to raise our little family. There are a couple of facts that will prove important later on. First, Crazy's sister and her family were at the time living in a mobile home. They had gotten the mobile home with the help of a relative that had died sometime prior to the beginning of the story. They had never been practically diligent with their mobile home payments, so after several years, they had hardly reduced the principal at all. After the relative died, they stopped paying altogether, reasoning that since the borrower, the relative, was dead, the bank would simply forgive the loan. Amazingly, their reasoning was fundamentally flawed. Second, a week prior to where we'll begin, Crazy Sister had been to visit our mother, Mama. It's a southern thing. Crazy Sister happened to show up when Mama was returning from the grocery store. She hadn't even taken the groceries from her car yet. Crazy Sister, seeing the shopping bags, tells Mama that she was broke and couldn't afford food for her children. Mama, feeling sorry for the kids, let Crazy Sister have her groceries. Crazy Sister simply moved them from Mama's car to hers. Also important to the story is the fact that, unbeknown to Crazy Sister, Mama passed the above information to me. Now onto the story. One Sunday in November, several years ago, my wife and I were lying in bed enjoying the bright sunshine streaming through our bedroom windows when we heard tires on the gravel driveway. We weren't expecting anyone, so I went to the window to see who was visiting us so early on a Sunday. I saw Crazy Sister and her husband and their brood piling out of their beat-up minivan. I had read enough vampire novels to know better, but I put a robe on, went to open the door, and invited them inside. We made some coffee and engaged in a little bit of small talk. Then Crazy Sister said, "I want to ask a favor." Now, these folks never visited, and they certainly never sat around and chatted politely. They were rude, crude, and tattooed, so the request for a favor didn't surprise me. Also, knowing the bit of information I mentioned above, I was pretty sure what the favor was. As a matter of fact, as soon as I saw them pull up, I knew what they would ask. Crazy Sister: "The guy who signed the loan on our trailer has died and the bank won't take our money. They are going to repossess it and we won't have anywhere to live." Me: "You don't say. That's unfortunate." "Yes, I was wondering if you could co-sign a loan to help us buy a new trailer. Husband makes plenty of money to pay for it. The bank just won't let us pay them." "Have you looked into renting an apartment?" "Oh no, an apartment is way too small. I really can't take anything but a double wide. I need at least 4 bedrooms. "Ah, I see. Have you tried getting a government home?" "No, they won't let you make any changes or add on to them." At this point, I should probably mention that their current home was a single wide with 3 tiny bedrooms, and I'm pretty sure her husband didn't know one end of a hammer from the other. Well, how much does a new mobile home like you need cost? "We've looked at one that is only $72,000. Ah, okay, well I won't promise anything, but we can go and look and see what's available. My wife gave me a look like, "Have you lost your mind?" But we got dressed and we all headed out to look at mobile homes. Now, because it was Sunday, most of the mobile home dealers were closed. However, there was one open, and that's where we ended up. As we got out of the car, Crazy Sister said, "I can almost buy one myself. My credit score is 526. Note, I have forgotten the actual number she gave me, but it was in the 520s. Knowing Crazy Sister, I was sure that number was at least 50 points higher than her actual score. Evidently, Crazy Sister and husband had been to this dealership the day before. They already had a home picked out, and they were familiar with the salesman. The sales guy greeted us and led us into the trailer they were interested in. It was spacious, double wide, with several upgrades. The asking price was about $86,000. After we finished checking it out, we were standing in the kitchen talking to the salesman. The salesman: "We checked your credit yesterday, and even with a cosigner, you'll have to put at least 20% down." The husband, looking thoughtful: "Oh, that's not so bad. That's only about 800. We can swing that." I should have mentioned that the husband is not exactly a mathematical genius. Me. No, that's 17,200. The husband. Oh crap. Yeah, oh crap. The salesman further advised that even with a down payment and cosigner, the interest rate would be insane. They really needed someone to sign as the sole borrower. At this point, my wife is looking at me and not so subtly shaking her head. Also, it was not lost on me that the last guy who had done this for them was in a cemetery somewhere. So because I'm an idiot, I offered them a deal. Okay, the bank won't repossess your trailer for a few months yet. You say you make enough money to make the payments on this new trailer, take that money along with your upcoming income tax rebate, and any other excess funds you have, and put it into an account to which we both have access. Neither of us will be able to withdraw the money without the other's signature. If you'll do that until the bank repossesses the other trailer, you can use that money for a down payment and I will sign the loan. You would have thought I'd hit her in the head. She was angry. She called me all sorts of unchristian names and insulted my parentage, which was pretty ironic if you think about it. Anyways, she was not interested in my offer, which was good since my wife later told me that if I'd agreed to sign that loan, she would have divorced me. Dodged 2 bullets there. Of course, I was almost sure she wouldn't take the deal. It was obvious she was exaggerating their financial situation. Heck, she had just bummed our mother's groceries. But wait, there's more. That Christmas, I gave my wife a new car. When Crazy Sister found out, she hit the roof. She told Mama that the only reason I had bought my wife the car was so I wouldn't be able to buy her a house. She also said that, for what he paid for the car, he could have bought me a house. Not quite true. But wait, there's more. After the first of the year, I went over to make her a last offer. I told her I would go to the bank and offer to buy the current trailer for $10,000. This was far less than they owed, but more than the thing was worth. I had spoken with the bank and was pretty sure they would agree to the price. I also told her that she wouldn't have to pay me back. I don't want this trailer. One of the walls has holes in it and the roof leaks. Okay, suit yourself. I left. Shortly after the last bit there, she found religion and bought an old beat-up double-wide trailer from a member of her new church. The church member charged her almost nothing for it, but Crazy Sister still had to borrow the money to pay for it from our mother. Oh, Karen. Your brother tried twice to help you out and you declined both. What else do you want? Lights are still on, go and get me a pizza. So a couple of years ago, I tried to move to an apartment closer to my university, and because of that, I took the first job I could find to start paying rent and services. I ended up working in a pizza place that was near my apartment with a schedule from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m., closing time. But since we clean the store once it's closed every day, you usually left the store around 9:30-10. Each night, someone would mop the place and we couldn't drop the metal curtains until everyone had finished with the cleaning. It wasn't uncommon to us that somebody show up after we close. We either tell them we're already closed and they leave, or there's some leftover, like an order we had to remake because we missed some ingredients or else, and sell it to the client like a pepperoni one, which is cheaper. And then we had this encounter with this donkey. I was mopping the outside area of the store. We were located inside a mall and the floor was made of wood when this 40-year-old Chad looking dude arrived to the store. Choosing beggar. Hey kid, I need 4 pepperoni pizzas and 4 Hawaiian. Or do you have different combinations? Me. Good night, sir. I'm sorry to tell you, but we're already closed. Maybe if you could come tomorrow. He cuts me off before I could finish. Closed? What do you mean? The lights are still on and your coworkers are still inside. One of them is still pulling some pizzas off from the oven. No, sir. She's cleaning the oven, not pulling some pizzas. And as you can see, that's what we all are doing. We close at 9 and it's already 9:45. Everything is already off but the lights. Well, can't you just turn on the oven? Unfortunately, we can't, sir, since the oven has to preheat itself for about 15 minutes. And then each pizza has a time of preparation of 5 minutes and a cooking time of 10 minutes. Even if we hurried up, it wouldn't be done within 45 minutes. Then what are you waiting for? I don't have all night. I will be late to see the game. I can't remember exactly if there was some kind of soccer season, but it is common in my country to broadcast soccer games regularly. Sir, I think you're not understanding. After all the commotion, my manager showed up, pretty annoyed because all the noise this idiot was making. Manager, what's happening here? Choosing beggar. Are you in charge here? Your coworker has been denying me service. Is this how you treat customers? At least you should make it free of charge since I've been treated so poorly. My manager and I exchanged a quick what the F between each other. Manager goes, excuse me, what? You heard me. Make it quick. I won't be waiting all night. Sir, we can't be denying you service because we are already closed, so we can't deny what we don't have. And as such, we won't make that order, and neither are we willing to give it to you for free. Choosing beggar, already fuming. What? What am I going to give my family and friends? Haven't you heard that the customer is always right? Manager, since you weren't expecting to pay, you're not a customer. Next time, plan ahead your meeting instead of harassing my employees. Corporate is going to hear about this. He left storming, leaving us all dumbfounded in the store, all of us but my manager, who said that this wasn't the first idiot to come trying to get free stuff after closing time and getting hostile towards the staff. Next day evening, district manager came asking us about a complaint he received, but left laughing when we told him it was a cheap a-hole who came after closing hours demanding free pizza. Classic. Hey chief, we won't be making you a pizza because we're closed. All the equipment is shut off and you won't be getting it for free. Donkey. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash that like button as it would really help me out. Subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date with my latest videos, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.